day. It's a great week with another set of guests that we're meeting. We're almost at capacity with about 80 people here this week. Things are going amazingly well. And something I was thinking about for this Facebook Live is, back in Los Angeles, where I was working for basically my entire career, except for a few years in Hawaii with the Department of Health, what I learned in a lot of inpatient settings where people are working on mental health issues, what I learned is that there's a high percentage of staff members in those environments that have very little motivation to actually help and heal the patients that they're working with. And the reason for that is there's a million reasons. Again, it's not everybody that works in those settings, but there's a high percentage of people that work in those environments, whether it's hospitalization or drug and alcohol rehabs, wellness centers, group homes, different sort of residential treatment facilities, things like that, where the staff get burned out and the staff are, it's hard for the staff to work with people that are always struggling with stuff. And also in the Western medical model, there's not a lot of tools to actually help these people move forward in a way that's like something that really leads to their healing. And so what the Western model is very good at doing is stabilizing people and working on some symptoms to help people become less high risk. And then it kind of stops there, in my opinion. And then you need to do further work to actually get the healing that you need, whether it's from an addiction or from a mental health issue like anxiety or depression or trauma, or a lot of different things that people go through in their lives, right? And so I found it very discouraging when I was working in these environments that there was a certain percentage of the staff that just didn't have a whole lot of confidence that the people they were working with were gonna ever get better. And their mood would decline and they would get upset and they would kind of check out and then they would get negative, and then it was just not a good healing environment. Now, obviously there's exceptions and the bulk of the people were not like this, but there was a significant amount of staff that were like this. And so when I've been here in Costa Rica for about 7 years, I've been here at Rythmia since we opened, since the very beginning. I helped work on the license to get us medically approved in Costa Rica to have this facility. And what I've noticed that's the biggest dramatic difference between what we do at Rythmia and what goes on in other parts of the world is that the staff of Rythmia are 100% on board with the healing of the guests. And they are full of confidence and they have amazing energy and they are not burnt out. Now they go through moments, sure, where that can happen, but because I'm very on top of that with the staff, I help train them on how to not get burned out. We also give them a lot of vacation time, which is always nice. And the guests really feel this energy. They know that the staff care. They know that the staff are here to help support them and to create an environment of safety so that they can become vulnerable in a healthy way and go deep within their own inner process. Because on the Western side, where I was trained at UCLA and Los Encinas and Passages and a bunch of other facilities and all kinds of internships that I did, and I loved and learned from every single one of those environments. But what happens in those places oftentimes is not a complete picture of healing. It kind of starts and then it stops at a certain point because you really have to go inward. And going inward is, we're not trained how to do that as citizens of the West. And we're also not allowed to, for a lot of reasons that are economic in nature. And there's certain sort of ways that we can be controlled. Again, it's not an overt, I don't think it's an overt sort of agenda, but it's something that kind of like is created in the theme of capitalism and market economy. So we don't want to be a statistic, right? We're individuals. We want to be happy and successful and connected. And we want to feel good about ourselves and connect with other people. I think that's kind of the simple sort of version of what life's about, right? So at Rythmia, it's such an amazing breath of fresh air to come here and see that the staff really, truly care about your healing. And they really care about you as an individual. Now, people go through rough things here. They're doing a ton of work in a quick, short amount of time. So it is hard. It's hard work here. And the reason it's such a beautiful environment and why it's so comfortable is because you deserve to feel good about yourself when you're doing all this crazy hardcore work. It's not easy. And so you should have a nice, comfortable room. You should have wonderful, amazing food. You should have a pool to jump into. You should get a massage. You should be able to sit and look at nature and see all the monkeys and the parrots and all the cool stuff that's around here in Costa Rica. You should be able to, because you're going through so much and you're really working hard, that it's an amazing environment where you can just relax and find some peace and do this deep work that you need to do. So the moral of the story is this: Passages and Las Encinas and UCLA are amazing places that I used to work at, and I still am in contact with all those places. But Rythmia truly has an environment of healing because of the staff that work here. It's all about a group effort to help you get what you need in life. Thanks. I hope to meet you soon down in Rythmia. Pura vida. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.